Every leader is a broadcaster, but are you worthy of the trust that comes with being a broadcaster? Every time you speak, your people are deciding whether to trust you or not. Broadcasters have been living by that principle for decades. Public trust when we come on camera and microphone. And the principles that we live by as broadcasters might transform the way that you lead and communicate today. So let me take you on a little journey here. 1914 was a year the founding dean of the Missouri School of Journalism, Walter Williams, came up with the journalistic creed. It's become one of the journalistic foundational statements that help us as professional journalists and professional communicators. It's a responsibility that journalists take seriously. And it's now on display here in the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. Here's a quick overview of 5 of the elements that make up this creed, this pledge, this commitment, because your trust is just as important as a leader as it is with our trust as broadcasters through the camera and microphone. The creed starts off with journalism is a public trust. That's number 1 on the list. Leadership communication is also a matter of public trust. When leaders step in front of the camera or microphone, a team meeting, a virtual audience, people expect to hear the truth. They expect you to be responsible with the time that they're going to give you to look, to watch, to listen. They're going to want to see if you're sharing honestly or trying to control a narrative and tell a story the way that you want it told. Your audience is trusting you with their attention, their time, their confidence, and often even their future when it comes to leadership to your teams. Second is clear thinking and clear communication. You want to be accurate and fair with all that is essential in your message now. Leaders cannot communicate clearly enough until they have thought clearly about what they want people to actually know. Let me say that again. You must pause and think about what you want them to know. Be very clear and sharp on that. A strong leadership broadcast separates facts from assumptions. It explains the situation as it's understood in that moment. And it's in understandable language that your people can understand. And it gives fair and accurate picture of what's going on. It's not a false message. It's not overhype. It's clear, concise, and that reduces confusion and brings clarity to everything you're trying to preserve and share. Third, the journalist should communicate only what is sincerely believed to be true. This is big today. Very important. A leader's words must align with what they generally know. It must be true. People can often sense when your message is manufactured, when it's overpolished, when it disconnects from what you're saying to what you're saying with your face, your body, and the physical communication going on. Authentic communication comes from speaking truthfully, from the heart, honestly, with what is known. And with what is uncertain, what is yet to come, what is a mystery, you just leave it alone and you park it and you stay with just the facts. Next, in the journalistic creed, as it overlays with leadership today, individual responsibility cannot be surrendered merely because someone else gave you instructions to say it, or they wrote the script for you. Leaders must take ownership of every message that they deliver on microphone and camera. When it's prepared by their communication staff, whether it's prepared by legal counsel, whether it's prepared by senior management, you cannot, as a leader, now say, I only was following the script. It doesn't mean anything, and it's only going to bring more damage to you or confusion to you as a leader. If your face and your voice don't carry the message through, honestly, with integrity, your credibility is attached to what you just said. So make sure what you say is true to you, not just because they gave you the right words to say. And finally, the ultimate measure of your good journalism, it's a public service. The ultimate measure of good leadership communication is not how impressive you are on camera or microphone, how cool you looked here. It's did your people understand what happened, why it matters, what's expected of them next? Leadership broadcasting succeeds when communication replaces confusion and you bring more clarity to it. Fear with perspective. When you're going to communicate, there's often a lot of fear with your team, with your people. But you're going to bring perspective to help them erase the fear or lower the fear. You're going to take away that uncertainty and you're going to give them a clear path forward. Take a moment and think about what I've said here today. Maybe adopt the journalistic creed and have it help you with your leadership communication. Because remember, a broadcaster does not merely possess a microphone. A broadcaster is entrusted with a microphone. The same is true about leaders today. Because we live in a media-centric world, and how you show up and communicate through the lens is really, really important. Take time and think about your journalistic creed or how credible you want to be on camera and microphone.